Hello everyone. Meet the preliminary phases of the chick wagon. This is going to replace maybe the goat cart and add a place for the chickens, which are currently just in a giant ghetto rigged chicken tractor without wheels. It's terrible. So using hog paneling, whatever you want to call it, cattle fence, whatever. This particular one is 2 inches by 4. It is 5 feet tall. So we're using 10-foot 2x4s in length. The inside is exactly 4.5 feet wide. I cut this cattle panel. It came in 20-foot pieces. I cut it down to 11 feet. Those bolt cutters over there on the table, you can see just cut out a few spots. But basically this back section here, this is going to be the chicken area. So we'll have a ramp in here going up to the roosting boxes where the chickens will sleep at night. Put a couple roosting bars up there. Down below will be for the geese, which are currently tiny little babies. The front 6 feet, I'm going to leave that open to the front. That's going to be for the sheep and the goats. What I found was during the winter time, the goat cart, while effective 93% of the time, when it was cold and rainy, we would get some problems where the goats would get a little wet and get a cough. So the whole idea, we'll cover this whole thing with sheathing of some kind, probably a tarp at first, just to kind of see what we like. Kept it pretty low so that it doesn't become a sail. It's not really meant to be much of a defensive structure. Obviously the chickens are already in an electric fence. They've got the goats and the sheep. Really it's more just about a convenient nesting box site for them, keeping them dry and keeping the goats out of the chicken feed. Not very complicated build. So far just a whole bunch of 2x4s. Here are the tools that I have. These are 2 big bolts I'm going to stick in the front to potentially pull this thing either with a rope or with my truck. Basic stuff, not super complicated. So just wanted to get a preliminary kind of video out so that we can kind of see where it started. I'm thinking about putting that bottom area for the geese, maybe keeping that about 2.5 feet tall or so, maybe out to here. Should give them plenty of room, and we'll have the feeder and the water down here, and then up in this side here we will have the chicken roosting boxes, and then this area here we'll sheet this off with I don't know, maybe chicken wire or maybe more of this hog paneling, and then create some sort of a little door there that we can get into. The whole idea is we want a little bit of overhang here so that we can keep the water out. That's the main thing, is keep the elements off of the chickens and the sheep and the goats. Everything else is kind of secondary. Obviously convenience for me is a big factor. But yeah, you'll see here we got a little wheel system we're putting in. Should be about 2 inches or so off the ground. And I'm going to have all kinds of bracing and stuff down here. So it'll be pretty invincible and act half cart, half sledge as we drag it around the pasture and put the chickens in it. Anyways, I thought chick wagon, it made sense in my head. So we'll see what it looks like at the end.